Alright, Taurus, this is going to be your monthly for July 2025, and here we go. We're just going to do haphazard cards. We're going to read it as they seem to need to be read, and let's go. I'm still doing dailies, weeklies, and weeklies this month, so please stay tuned for those, and here we go. Hanged Man in reverse, possibly dealing with the Pisces. It feels like at the beginning of the month you're going to feel like you're at a pause, like you're waiting for someone to come to you with the answers. Like, you came at it straightforward, you came at it backwards, you came at it sideways, and now you're trying the last resort just upside down. And now that you're upside down, you can't do anything. You can't really make any progress with anything. You can't move the way that you normally move, so you're just waiting. And it's possible that there is going to be a judgment that comes in. Now, if you're waiting for a judgment from a court, it's going to come in, and it's not going to be necessarily what you want it to be, but it's still going to be something. Even if there's conflict right now, it's not going to... It's almost like you're going to be a part of it because you're bored. Because you have something to be happy about, so you're looking at something to nitpick and, chew away at, and I don't think this is a lack of support for you, because I think you're fine. It's just that you're possibly pulling back support from somebody else. Now, keep in mind, if there is a breakdown in communication, it feels like it's you refusing to understand what somebody's trying to tell you. But at the same time, you're looking for redemption with the judgment. Now, I normally call this one of the blowhard cards of the tarot. Like somebody's just saying a lot and not really meaning any of it. And that's a problem. Because I think that may have been a problem that you had where you're like, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And none of it has happened. None of it has happened because your priority was upside down with this Hanged Man, and you were talking about what needed to be done, but you weren't acting practically on those things that you were talking about. It's like you were the mouthpiece for something on one side, but in reality you were doing the exact opposite, or you were just neglecting what needed to be done. And because of that, now you're trying to, or this month, during the entirety of July, you're going to feel like you have to juggle things, like everything must go in a certain order, and sometimes you have to double back and take from this and put it here, and then take from that, put it there, and it's almost as though this new beginning is a false beginning. You're traveling in circles at this point. It's like a dog with vertigo. You can only make left-hand turns and or right-hand turns because of the pressure on the eardrum. And yeah, if you look at this guy, it's almost like he's walking with his head cocked kind of to the side and not focused on where he's going at all. It's possible that you do have some kind of illness that you're dealing with during the month of July, and that's why, because I never see the Fool like that, but that's pretty specific. It's likely you may find that during July the only way that you're able to communicate is through an argument, and other people have been through this enough because it's likely this is something that you've relied on in the past to maybe even get your way, to kind of bully your way into getting the results that you wanted by giving people no choice, by saying that this needs to happen so that this can happen so that that can happen, and there may be evidence to the contrary of whether or not you were doing what you said you were doing, whether you were being true to your word or not. And I think that's where this conflict is coming from, where, because these are a lot of conflict cards. The Hanged Man over here is conflicted with this world, so he tries to turn it upside down and make it make sense whenever he's the one that's upside down. Judgment, it seems like there's some holier than thou presence that needs to come in and say, no, I am the third party, and I've seen all this going on from beginning to end, and this is who's right, and the answer may not be what you want it to be. And then with the Four of Wands is the 1111 card, and it's supposed to be about foundations. However, I think whenever you are shoring up your foundations, you may be robbing somebody of their foundation, or trying to rob somebody of their foundation. And that's where that conflict is coming from. There's supposed to be some kind of, this celebration may not be yours. It's maybe something that you're witnessing, like somebody's transitioning to a different point in their life, and that's where the conflict is coming from. And that may be why there's this kind of behind the scenes stuff that you're doing to try to conflict with that. However, I think all in all, that's going to be a bad choice. Now, I'm going to say this because this is what's coming to mind, okay? Do not act like you're playing chess, and do not think that you don't fool yourself into thinking that you're playing chess whenever you broke out the checkerboard set and you put the board upside down. If everything's on black and you're playing black, it doesn't mean that you're winning. It means that something is set up wrong, and you may be refusing to see the error of it because you think that you're benefiting from it. But then we have this conflict over here. Yeah, because I think that's something that you're trying to do, and you may not see the error of it, so I think you may be putting your self-worth into questioning your self-worth this month too, and kind of like lining up all these burdens that you carry, but you may find that those burdens are your burdens, and there may have been some kind of expectation of where the burdens were supposed to fall, and in reality you're going to come back and say, well, from a third person perspective, I should have done that and not put that on somebody else. You could, vice versa, if this isn't for you, then, it could always be the other way too, where it's you've been holding yourself into such high worth that, and I'm kind of backtracking here, but it could be that somebody has been putting this burden on you too, that you may not feel is yours, but you may have put them in that position too, to where they need to rely on you. So keep that in mind. I want to be tempted here too because I keep staring at this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and it's almost as though with the Two of Pentacles back here, you could have been juggling multiple priorities and adapting to things, but the change that you were adapting to were changes that you were making. And this is causing conflict for the situation that you were in. It's like, why do I have to go back and fix that? You know, I just did that. You also undid your own work. You also undid something that you had already done, and so you have to go back and do it again because it's necessary for the function of whatever's going on here. And it's almost like you are stuck in this infinity loop of, oh, well, I got to do that, and I got to do that, and I got to do that again, and I got to do that again. By the end of the month, I do believe that there's going to be a change where this is dropped. These burdens are dropped. Now, if you've given these burdens to somebody else, it's likely that they are dropping these burdens back off at you and saying, I'm done. So, as always with tarot, vice versa, I could be reading the other side. And if you're too obsessed with work, too obsessed with doing things, doing something, that could be why there's this repeat situation of doing things over and over again and undoing them and undoing them and doing them and undoing them. And it's like this endless cycle, so you can predict what it is that needs to be done, but in that you're neglecting what needs to be done. But Taurus, I'm going to leave that there for the month of July. I am doing my best to do weeklies and dailies still, so yeah, keep checking back in with me, and I will see you guys next time. Please be sure to like and sub, and take it easy.